Wade Lake is in southwestern Montana. It's actually close to Yellowstone, but in the summer it definitely looks like the tropics. The lake is fed by springs, so its water is especially clear because it doesn't have sediment-filled rivers clouding it up. In addition, near the sources of the lake, it is very shallow, so you can see through the water to the bottom. Being on this beach, however, doesn't do this place justice. You have to get out on the water to truly see its geologic beauty. So let's get out on the paddleboard. Just embarking on a morning paddle on Wade Lake. You can see Wade Lake's a pretty spectacular place. Shallow water here sort of looks like the Caribbean, where you have a nice shallow edges to this lake. So you get these light blues, just spectacular. But the whole lake isn't shallow. As you get closer to the middle, it drops off considerably. So you have a very steep shelf. And the color change you can see obviously from above when you hit this steep shelf. So we were able to map the bottom of Wade Lake. I mapped it with a paddleboard in collaboration with the Montana Bureau of Mines and Geology and the United States Geological Survey. And what they were looking for was looking for the shape of the bottom of the lake so that then they could do sediment cores. And so the sediment cores would let you know if there had been a disturbance in the record of deposition in the lake. And so this lake is spring fed, so you don't have a river coming in here bringing a lot of sediment, so it's a very low sedimentation rate. And so any event like a big earthquake, which we have a lot of in this area close to the Yellowstone hotspot, would cause a disturbance in that sediment. So you would see different grain sizes, different patterns in that sediment if you had an earthquake. And then you take that core and you try to date it. So you can try to date it with carbon dating or other isotopes to give you an age on when that event would have been. And then you get the paleoseismic history. So when did big earthquakes happen in this area? And try to get as many of those, record as many of those as you can. You'll notice as I paddle north on this lake, the walls are very steep. And so these lakes, Wade Lake, Cliff Lake to the south, are thought to be in the grobens of large earthquakes. So you have, well, fish there on the right. Wow, that was cool. You have an earthquake, in this case a normal fault. So we would be in the hanging wall that would have dropped down, and then it fills in with the spring water, and it's dammed naturally from that ground movement. And so very seismically active area around the Yellowstone hotspot. And you have this beautiful lake that was created through those geologic processes. So just a pleasure to be here paddling on Wade Lake. You look down, you can see some trees that have fallen into the lake. And this is one way to create petrified wood. It falls into a lake, it sits there, and slowly, over time, the carbon in the trees is replaced with silica in this case. And so that's one way that you can produce petrified wood. Some beautiful fish in this lake as well. The water's so clear you can just look down and see them swimming by. Fish there to the left. Fish right in front, straight off the nose. Beautiful.